afternoon, Professor. Today I have the pleasure of talking to you about apps for translation. And in this case, I choose the Google Translate. What is Google Translate? It is a multilingual neural machine translation service developed by Google to translate text, documents, and websites. A mobile application for Android and iOS, as well as an API that helps developers create browser extensions and software applications. Google Translate features. Google Translate can translate multiple forms of text and media, including text, speech, and text within still or moving image. Some of its functions include translation of writing words, website translation, document traductions, voice translation, translation of mobile applications, image translation, handwriting translation, and transcription. Characteristics: Google Translate. Web interface. This application produces multilingual approximations of multiple forms of text and media, including text, voice, or websites. For some languages, this application can synthesize speech from text, and in certain pairs, it is possible to highlight specific corresponding words and phrases between the source and destination text. In the web interface, users can suggest alternative translation, such as technical terms or correct errors. Text writing in Arabic, Cyrillic, Devanagari, and Greek scripts can be automatically transliterated from phonetic equivalence writing in the Latin alphabet. The browser version of Google Translate offers the option to display phonetic equivalents of text translated from Japanese to English. The same option is not available in the paid API version. Browser integration. Google Translate is available in some web browsers as an optional downloadable extension that can run the translation engine, allowing you to access the translation service using right-click commands. Language that appear in our Google Translate. Until October 2023, Google Translate supports 133 languages, which can be translated, and some of them are Arabic, Albanese, Chinese, Bulgarian, Catalan, Czech, English, Finlandese, French, Galician, Hebrew, Hindi, Japanese, Irish, Korean, Latin, Mongolian, Norwegian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Slovak, among others. Translation methodology. Google Translate does not apply grammar rules, as its algorithms are based on statistical or pattern analysis instead of traditional rule-based analysis. Google's original version was based on a method called statistical machine translation, and more specifically on research by OCH, who won the DARPA contest for rapid machine translation in 2003. Google Translate doesn't translate from one language to another. Instead, it is often translated first into English and then into the target language. However, because English, like all human language, is ambiguous and context dependent, this can cause translation errors. Translation methodology. Statistical automatic translation and Google neural machine translation. In the first, statistical automatic translation, although Google implements a new system called neural machine translation for better quality translation. There are languages that still use the traditional translation method called statistical machine translation. It is rule-based translation methods that use predictive algorithms to guess ways to translate foreign language text. Your goal is to translate entire sentences rather than individual words and then put together overlapping phrases to translate. In addition, it also analyzes corpus of bilingual text to generate a statistical model that translates text from one language to another. And Google Neural Machine Translation. Google Translate Neural Machine Translation System uses a large end-to-end artificial neural network that attempts to perform deep learning, particularly short-term memory networks. According to Google research, it translates whole sentences at a time rather than just piece by piece. It used to broader context to help you find the most relevant translation, which it then rearrange and adjust to make it more like a human speaking with proper grammar. Google Translate accuracy. Google Translate is not reliable as human translation. When text is well structured, writing using formal language with simple sentences relate to formal topics for which there is abundant training data, it often produces conversations and language accuracy decreases for those languages when fewer of those conditions apply. For example, when sentences length increase or the text use colloquial or literary language. And for many other languages compared to English, you can produce the essence of the text in those formal circumstances. Human evaluation of English across 102 languages shows that the main idea of a text is conveyed more than 15% of the time in 35 languages. For 67 languages, a minimally comprehensible result is not achieved 50% of the time or more. Google Translate history or favorites function. To explain how it works, Google has dedicated a page to it on its support website. If we want the translator to automatically save all our translation, all we have to do is log in with our Google account. After that, any word we write will be registered in the history. If we click on this button, which is located under the text box, we will find all the words entered. The history is easy to manage. Here we can select the translation and even remove it completely from the list. In addition, Google has incorporated a button to delete all saved words from history. This function is now available to everyone and works on the web as well as mobile phones, tablets, and other devices. In addition to the history, Google Translate offers us the possibility of saving any translation as favorites, and we can also access this list from all our devices. To do this, just make a translation and press the star icon. This will cause the translation to be registered in our favorites list, allowing us to manage it and delete its content if we wish. Google Translator offline mode. For a long time now, Google Translate has offered the possibility of using it offline, that is, without an internet connection. This feature, which came first to Android and later to iOS, especially useful in those countries where the data rate cannot be used freely, mainly outside Europe. How to download language on Android? If you have an Android device with the Google Translate app installed, Downloading the translation file is really easy. You just need to go to the menu and select offline translation. There you will see the ones you already have downloaded and a list to choose the new language or language that interests you. Click on it and the download will begin. It is important to have given the app permission to access the phone storage, since that will be where it stores that data. The process takes a few seconds, and once the file is installed, it is installed automatically as soon as the download is complete. You will be able to perform translation in that language anywhere in the world offline, even with airplane mode activity. Thank you very much.